Today, I had to wake up at the crack of dawn. While I'm not against waking up early, I was less than impressed by the reason I had to wake up early today. Today was the day I had to attend jury selection at the courthouse in downtown Toronto. Now, I know I may be upsetting some people by saying I don't like jury duty. Or maybe I'm just playing into the old TV trope that jury duty is bad. But beyond any of that, I knew I was going to want to bring my camera with me downtown. I had a little time at lunch to walk around the area and see if there was anything worth shooting. Spoiler alert, there's always something worth shooting. I shot with JPEG and RAW, and decided that I wanted to edit this set of photos rather than using the photos straight out of the camera. What makes the photos a little different today is that I brought a custom filter of mine. It may look like it was dragged behind a truck, and you wouldn't be so far off. This is the filter that I simply call my scratch filter, for obvious reasons. It works something like a mist filter, but sometimes more aggressive. It's dirty. It makes the images glow with a random texture that, honestly, I love. As soon as you put it in front of the glass, it softens the image and makes the highlights glow. There was a trend a while back where people were buying cheap 50mm lenses and scratching the front element with nails or whatever. And while the effect would be similar, I just couldn't imagine myself scratching up the front element, so I decided that the $10 Amazon UV filter version was a much more reasonable direction to go with this. When lunch was over, I had to head back to the courthouse for yet another portion of the selection process, where, of course, I could not film. The sun decided to rear its fiery head as soon as I was done at the courthouse, thank goodness. I figured since I was already downtown that it would be worthwhile to continue filming and taking photos. In doing so, I decided that maybe I wanted to shoot even dirtier than what my scratch filter was already doing for me. I wanted to take some slow shutter photos in an area where there was a lot of people walking, so I made my way to one of the busiest streets in the city. While walking there, I was able to snap a few more photos. You probably noticed that the horizontal photos I took today are cropped. For whatever reason, that's how I felt, and I think it really worked with the subject matter. The photos are cropped to a 17:9 ratio, which is a little wider than your standard computer and television screen. After finding an intersection where there was a good amount of people crossing the street, I found the nearest ledge I could lean on and set up my camera. Since I didn't bring an ND filter, I had to really stop down my aperture to have a slow enough shutter to capture the type of movement that I wanted. Most of these photos were taken at a shutter speed of about 1/15th to 1/30th of a second. I love the feeling of slow shutter photography. Movement becomes ghost-like, ethereal bodies moving through their day. I think the mixture of my scratch filter and slow shutter really gave me some unique photos. On the way to the next intersection, I tried some handheld slow shutter shots to add even more movement to the photos. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. It's all a big experiment. These are some of my favorites of the day. One of the nice things about taking chances like these are that you now have another tool in your belt. You didn't lose anything by going out and trying something new. You learned. You expanded your knowledge and, most importantly, your experience. Putting together these videos for nearly a year has greatly expanded not only the skill set I thought I already had, but also the experience of photography as a whole. For a long time, my photos lived and died on hard drives. Having an outlet for my personal photography has been a great joy. I look forward to a time where I can look back at these videos and see the progress that I've made, as well as the interesting experiments I made along the way. I wanted to thank you for coming along on this journey. It's been a lot of fun, and I have a lot of ideas for the future. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe. And, of course, as always, until next time, adios.